And then Colton, number 4.
Which one's Colton?
Colton is, come on. And then Tia shows up.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it, right?
Tia is kind of a...
They're really painting her as a, what is happening? I feel like there's not enough to do.
I don't like her looks. Like, she has this, like, kind of like...
Oh, like a Judgy Magoo?
Yeah.
Like she's smelling a lemon?
Yeah. Yeah, kind of.
This is Petals and Bricks with Kelsie and Jurkens, where we talk about me and recap The Bachelor. Jurkens loves it. Kelsie's never seen the show, but she's giving it a try for true friendship. Petals and Bricks with Kelsie and Jurkens.
Let's do it. Jonah Jurkens.
Kelsie Huff.
This is the Petals and Bricks podcast, everybody.
Oh
you
my God,
made
it is.
That was our, what was that, our celebration emoji?
We're just excited for you because you found the treasure map to what? To your hearts.
You just made that shit up.
Yeah.
So what are we doing today, Jonah? We're talking about the Bachelorette.
Yes, we are.
Becca's season, in
Yeah,
fact.
it is.
We're still on it.
Episode 8.
You're so right. Week 8.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Season
14.
Nailed it.
Yeah,
Nailed
I got it. I got it.
Nailed it. Oh, so it's hometowns, the big old hometowns.
Yes.
So let's just do a quick breakdown for everybody. And
Yeah.
hey, thanks for listening and all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
You guys
Oh, yeah.
know
A
that
little
already.
recap for the new first-time listeners. I like the show. My
Yes.
name's Jonah. Kelsie
Does
does not like the show.
And my name's Kelsie.
Yes, it is. But it's spelled differently than you think.
Yes, I.e. my mom had to be different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Your name's spelled pretty normal.
It is, but if you can smell it. If you can spell it, you can smell it.
Yeah. His
yeah.
name's based on a fart.
I would say that my name Jonah gets misspelled in crazy weird ways more than most.
Which is strange because it's just John, A-H.
Yeah, Jonah.
Jonna.
Yeah.
Say Jonna.
The one spelling I never get that I'd be the most okay with if someone goes Jona.
Oh, like Joe.
No.
Nah.
Yeah. That's
a
the
lot
one where I'm
more
like, that
sense.
makes sense.
Phonetically speaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
People have written down Jonathan, and I'm like, that's not even the same amount of syllables.
They're like, cute. Your
Yeah.
name's Jonathan.
Yeah, it's like, no, that's not even close. Sometimes I'll be like, my name's Jonah. They go, Jason. I go, that's not even.
Nope.
That's a in there.
They feel like they're not listening. They're just hearing
Yeah.
Ja, and then they go for Jeffrey,
Yeah.
Jonas. Close.
That's close.
Yeah.
You just had the Weezer song caught in your head now.
Yeah. Doodle,
Yeah,
doodle,
yeah,
doodle, doodle.
I do like when
that's-
people, when I go, my name's Jonah, and then they go, and then you could tell they're like, your name is Jonah. And they figure out that the lyrics are wrong.
They really think they've
You're
got
like,
you in a
oh,
pop
you almost had
culture
me there,
bubble.
bud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No dice. No dice.
Or people would say in high school, when I was in baseball, to fuck with me, people would be like, who built the ark? Jonah. I go, I don't even know about this stuff, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong.
The ark, isn't that
It's
Noah?
Noah. Yeah.
Jonah's in the whale.
Yeah.
Who built the whale guts? Jonah.
Oh, yeah, Jonah, yeah. That's the only way people ever got my name right, and also very much made fun of me, is they said, when I was a fat kid, they say, Jonah ate the whale. And I was like, that was good. I'll give that one to you.
I guess for like a middle schooler or a grade schooler,
Yeah.
that was good.
Yeah, it was a good reference.
You're like,
It's a
listen,
smart reference.
for your age,
Yeah.
solid joke structure.
Solid joke structure.
I mean, I'm going to be emotionally crushed for years.
For sure.
But you're doing a great job.
That makes me seem super fat because it's got to take a lot to eat a whole whale.
Yeah, I mean, whales are typically large, right?
Typically they are. Sometimes they're not.
Baby whales?
Baby whales. Yeah, baby whales are
Adorable.
still bigger than your house. That's not true.
No.
Well, you do live in a hut.
I do live in a tiny... You guys, this is all green screen.
Yeah.
If you're watching YouTube.
Yeah, if you're watching YouTube.
So let's get into these hometowns. Speaking of our
You
home.
might say, hey, is
what?
Kelsie's...
Is Kelsie's home?
Yeah, do you think it's dated at all? And I would say, no, not whatsoever. But
is why
there
we
is
don't
a
usually-
VHS copy of Godfather.
And 1 and 2 and 3.
Yep, sitting, grabbing distance away, as we just found out if you're watching us on YouTube.
Oh, yeah, a VHS.
Yeah.
This is why we don't film it here, Jonah. You're showing all my personal
Right.
belongings everywhere.
This weekend I was at a comedy club in Appleton, Wisconsin,
Mm-hmm.
and I was hanging out with the staff, whatever, and we go back to this person's house. They have a couple of drinks after the bars.
Sure.
And then he goes, do you want to watch Shawshank Redemption? It's one of my favorite movies. I said, sure, I love that movie. It's good.
Yeah,
Put it
it's
in.
good. Is
And he
TBS
goes,
on? Because it'll be on there for sure.
Yeah, that's very true. And he goes, sure, yeah, I can do that. and then he takes out, and then he kind of like opens up this thing.
Oh, like a drawer, like a
Yeah, and then I go, and I'm looking at this thing. I go, is that a CRT 4x3 TV, like a tube TV?
Oh, like with a big old back.
And he goes, yeah, it is. While he like lets. That's the one thing I miss about that you can't with DVDs, that you can like, yeah, it is. And then you're holding the movie, and then you just kind of lightly lighten your grasp, and then it just slides right out
the
to the other
VHS
hand.
case.
Yeah, the case.
Yeah. It is
That's
a good
move.
sensation.
Because he was like, yeah. And then he grabs it, and then he had to rewind it, and then we watched a VH version. Yeah.
Man, the digital era, you don't get those like tactile sensations, do you? When you're like iTunes, tap.
Yeah.
You know what reminds me of that like sensation? Because I think that's great. That like holding the case and then the tape slides out.
Yeah.
I've never like. I have shot a gun before, right? It seems like it's getting out of where. But you know the clip.
You said that in a way you're like,
movies?
of course I've shot a gun.
Well, you know, I'm from the country. But you know, like that like clip.
Oh,
put
yeah.
the clip in that is a very satisfying thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm like anti-gun, you know, whatever, because there is too much power in the gun.
Yeah.
That's similar, like, but reverse how it feels, like a thing sliding out and
Oh, yeah.
clicking in.
I always the one thing with a
sensation.
gun I always wanted to do is the loader up front. You go like that.
Yeah. I think because we watch too many movies.
I think so too, because I remember they had that video game where that thing would go back, and I'd always be like, "You guys ready for this? You guys ready?" Yeah.
Yeah, and you'd like side shoot
You
it.
side shoot it a little bit.
No, that's not a good way.
Not
to
like side
aim.
shoot, but like a little bit a little bit at the angle.
Did you do like Duck Hunt as a kid, or are you doing more like
You know
arcade?
I did.
I love Duck Hunt.
I love Time Crisis. That was the game.
Oh, see, that's fancy. I don't
That
know
was
that
a fun one.
Should we get into this Bachelorette podcast?
Yeah.
We don't even say sorry, Nancy
No.
anymore.
Well,
We're just
sorry,
like,
Nancy.
We are sorry, but
I think like what we do is
SN.
we want to just test how much you really care about the show.
yeah, because this is the kind of the vibe that we're getting is like most people are bored with the show.
Yeah.
Numbers are down.
Numbers are down.
ABC. Like numbers are down.
Yeah.
And it's boring. Now, I am really happy about it because I think they're all boring and formulaic. And I'm glad that everybody else in the world is coming around.
I feel like this one's boring because like this is since we've started this podcast, I would say this is the one time where I'm like, I don't know who she's gonna choose. You know,
Wouldn't you think that would be like tense?
You would think, but that's why I think the last episode's gonna be pretty big. I'm assuming because like all these guys are like, yeah, I would choose all those guys.
Yeah.
You know, for various reasons.
Didn't you think so? We went to Garrett's California home in the farm town. We went to Jason's Buffalo Chicken Wings town. We'll go into more of this later. We went to Blake's snowy mountain town. This is and Colton. I knew Colton was not going to make it.
Right.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
So you're saying out of the three, Garrett, Jason, and Blake, you're on the fence. You think it could be anybody?
I think it's gonna be. I'll tell you what I think it's gonna be.
Okay.
I think Jason's gonna leave next one,
Okay.
and then I
It's
think
between Blake and Garrett.
Yeah, I think it's gonna end up being Blake.
You do.
I do. I have
Yeah.
a feeling about that.
I'm gonna stick to my guns with Garrett. I love that we're talking about these people, these lives that we're like, hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Double down.
Yeah. But I will say,
So weird.
Yeah.
So weird.
well, also if you're watching us on YouTube, we are in a different location than normal.
yeah.
We were actually in chairs this time, kind of swivel chairs, and we're looking at each other when we're close enough, and there's enough stuff behind us. I think we are doing like a beginning commentary before a game happens.
Yeah, we are. So like, next up.
Yeah, you know, Blake's been hitting it really hard, and he's been working really hard. And let's go down the numbers. Let's go down the numbers with Blake here.
Yeah, as far as heartbreak, he's a 1 for 1. He's
Right.
got his heart broken. His mom's real concerned about it.
Yeah.
I feel like you and I are both Fred Willard in this
Yeah,
situation.
I know. Where Chris is just like, you're losing your fucking mind.
Yeah. So the hometowns, do you like the hometown week? Like they pump up
I do.
hometowns like it's like, woohoo. And you talked about this before on this channel often is like family is kind of important. And so as far as adding this into a show, you find it to be an important part of a relationship. So you're into it.
I like it too because I think the contestants now it's like the it's been flipped a little bit because now they're more in control, which is kind of nice.
So
you
in
see
this
them,
case, the dudes are in control.
yeah, or even dudes are whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then I think you can get a sense of who they really are a little better because they're at home, so they're like in a normal situation. So they all kind of act a little different.
Yeah,
like
familiar surroundings.
They don't feel like they feel less like they're on TV.
Yeah.
During these moments.
Yeah, it's got to be strange for the family.
Yeah, and then
general.
you see the family kind of like play it up a little bit, and the mom's
Yeah.
always super dressed up nice with nice earrings on. Yeah.
And they always have the fake dinner. Nobody ever eats that shit.
The dad's always got the good polo with the college logo on it, tucked into his khakis.
Oh, they got the spangliest jewelry on.
What's that? That TV camera crew's coming over and giving me the good polo.
You know, he didn't have a polo, Dean's dad.
No,
Dean's
he did
dad
not. Dean the
didn't give a
yogi?
fuck.
No.
Yeah.
Fucking shit.
Well, we heard in one of them, I'll get into it, somebody either was named Dean or Dale or something, and it was like, yeah, my stepdad. I'm like, oh my God, what if Dean's dad
Holy shit.
makes it a cameo?
Right.
He's moved on because they're in
I
Colorado.
mean, what if he was like my stepdad and you're like, holy shit,
Oh my
Nick
God.
married
That's
that
how Nick
person's
gets
mom
back
just
in
to
the
get
show.
back in the show.
Nick Vile at it again. Vile. Oh my God. So you want to get into this?
Mm-hmm.
Garrett is up first. He goes to a hometown in, I think it's, I don't know how to say this. It's California.
Manteca?
Manteca? That
Manteca,
seems
California?
Right. Yeah. Lots of farmland.
Do we know what brought him to Nevada?
Reno, he sells pharmaceuticals. So drugs.
Oh.
Drugs brought him to Reno.
So it's kind of like that movie.
Casino. Just like
Drugs
Casino.
and Love. Drugs and Love.
Drugs and Love. Yes.
What were we talking about?
Just like that movie, Drugs and Love.
That's it.
Yeah, nailed
Yeah.
it. Nailed it. So his family owns an agro business, and I did have a question like, hey, he lives in Reno. Why do they go? I guess because they have to go back home. They're not going to where they're currently living.
Right.
You know, because like if I was on the show, I would want to bring people to Chicago, but I
Right.
didn't grow up there.
Right.
So that's not where I can take them. Nightmare.
I thought that too because I had that same question. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
like if I was on the show and I had to go to the hometowns, I have to actually go. Like my mom doesn't live in the same place anymore.
Right.
My family all kind of moved away.
Yeah, where would you
don't
even
really-
go?
I don't really have a
You don't have a
hometown
home?
anymore.
It's okay. Welcome.
Chicago's my hometown.
You can stay in my shack.
Yeah.
Whatever we called it.
That'd be funny if I did a hometown and you get to go to like where you live now. So I'd just be like, all right, this is Kelsie. we
Like,
talk
we do
about
a
you.
podcast once a week.
Yeah, we talk about you. And after this, we're just gonna go to my favorite bar.
Hometown.
Hometown. Hey, hometowns.
Hometowns. When
And
you're
then
30,
she's gonna be like,
this
aren't we
your
gonna see
hometown.
the bean? I'm like, I've never even seen the bean.
We don't do that
I don't
touristy
give a shit here. Do you
Yeah.
want a shot of Malort? What's that? You gotta try it. It tastes like shit.
Man, your hometown sounds real
Oh,
sad,
it's
John.
the worst.
No. But that is a really good point
Or
because
even
I
I
think
took her to high school, but this is my high school, and they're like, hey, and this teacher was my this is my science teacher, and he's like, who are you? I'm like, Jonah Jurkens. He's like, what year was this? I'm like,
don't remember.
Yeah, he's like, are you the one that was never here a lot? That was me.
That's me.
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, you had like the record-breaking like absence.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
me.
that was
That's
me.
me.
That
That's
was
me.
me.
I nailed it.
This was the prom I never went to.
Here's a yearbook of things I wasn't at.
Right.
Oh,
Here's
man.
my yearbook. You'll find out that there's no signatures in it.
It's just all your mom
Yeah,
writing
yeah.
in different letters.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I like your mom. I think that I don't know. I've never met her officially face
Yeah.
to face, but she's somebody who I think would do
What
that
if we
for
all
you.
found out that my mom online was just me?
Oh my God, amazing!
That'd be the best.
I'd be like, Jonah, this is great. I
Yeah.
really like this second personality you've formed.
So like, if you took me to your hometowns,
Yeah.
what would be
Oh God.
what would that look like? Set the scene.
Yeah, I think we did this with Nick's, and it's pretty boring.
Yeah.
Like my hometown is a
I
very,
milk a
very
cow?
small. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it would be like Garrett's, but without like he's like rich farmer.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We were not.
That was some piece of machinery.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that John Deere, and he also like Carlos. Carlos is the one running that shit.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have a farm where we could hire people.
Right.
That's fancy.
Yeah. That's what I wrote down on there too. Like, are farmers rich?
Well, I think if you, yes, there are definitely like farmers, small town farms
Yeah.
like we had are like everybody's going belly up. It's
Yeah.
all these big corporations that you farm for them. Those are sometimes people that make a lot of cash. And
Yeah.
my relatives, the Popenhagens, my mom married Popenhagens. It's a great name, isn't
That's
it?
a great name.
Popenhagen.
It's a great name.
But they're doing very well from the south. So they
Okay.
had to sell a lot of livestock. Like it's rough out there for a farmer, man. It's rough out there.
Because I say like when we meet Garrett's family, I kept thinking like, these are farmers? There's no way these are farmers.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely like they have people like Carlos do all the work for them.
Yeah, or also like there is this idea that like a farmer, you have a certain connotation of what a farmer should be, and
Right.
that's not always true.
Well, I grew up on the movie Son-in-Law, so
Accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sexy watching someone drive a tractor. What are your thoughts about that? She was
I
really
could
like,
see why. And she like reiterated the fact when she was with
yeah,
the
when
ladies.
she's with friends, she's
Yeah.
like, oh, that tractor
She
is
was.
sexy.
It was actually pretty hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I have a skewed version of that. because of where
you
I
like
grew
watch
up.
your dad do that.
Well, yeah, it didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, this is work.
Yeah.
It looks like, oh, hey, somebody's doing Excel. Hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to me like manual labor is exciting.
I think it's like, I don't know. I've definitely like changed a tire for my girlfriend, and then
Is this like a role play situation where you
well,
had to like
yeah,
put,
it was.
You were
it was
greased
in
up?
my bedroom, and the tire was just on a Lego.
ooh la la.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a second. Okay, wait.
Yeah,
oh, shit.
I made a little tiny jack with another little tiny Lego, and it was like,
Mini man.
Yeah, yeah.
Manual labor.
Yeah.
But you're saying that no, I'm not saying like manual labor doesn't do it for people. I'm just saying that specific one, tractor driving.
I think
also
also-
he was he driving?
well,
Oh yeah, he did drive at one point.
But I would say, because like right before I wrote that, the farmer thing, I wrote like, I just feel like, you know, by the end of this show, she's just gonna always look at Garrett as kind of a dope.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
'cause he's kind of dopey.
Before this though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm saying. So I think it's one of those like, he's just kind of like fun, kind of dopey, like always fun-loving guy, and then
Yeah.
also now you see him like do something.
Yeah, which she's mentioned before, even like in do you remember the lumberjack challenge?
Yeah.
She is somebody who definitely sort of is attracted to men flexing muscles.
Yes.
And I don't think she's alone. I'm not like trying to call her out on it or
Yeah.
anything weird. But I do think that's something that she's like, oh, you're fun. Oh, you're dopey. But oh, hey, you
Yeah.
can also chop wood.
I will. So for me, I find it a turn on when like it's kind of nice when you meet somebody, you know, because like we know each other. You know,
Yeah.
you meet somebody, you just know them as the person they are, right? And
Yeah.
you know their professional life, but you don't see them in it. So like sometimes when you see them in it and they're like hitting.
Yeah, when
Like
they're.
I
yeah.
remember, like you know, with Katie when she'd like had to answer a phone call for that, and she'd like spew off all these really big words and be all smart and amazing and stuff.
Yeah,
It
in the medical field.
yeah. I was always like, no, she's just saying big words.
I know, she's just. You're like, wow, your vocabulary is doing it for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Whoa, I don't even know
Yeah.
what those mean.
Yeah, but you're seeing someone in their element excel that is attractive across the board.
I think, well, you see them in their own element. I think
Yeah.
I think that's attractive.
Yeah. If you see somebody and doing really well.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah, like I remember
agree.
I dated a choreographer, so when she would like when I'd go see her do that, I was always like, that's really cool.
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
cool to see somebody like when you see Jason like change lenses on things. Is that real hot?
Twist.
It's a 7/8 aperture
Yeah.
opening.
I like to see how people's brain works because I think my mom and my dad were much more in that traditional way. Like he was very talented in school in like sports, and she was very much into that.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think I like to see how someone's brains work like creatively.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I get it.
I like what
get it.
even like when I came by when I helped you guys out with that web series.
Yeah.
And we had to do some like post stuff with Jason, your husband.
Yeah.
And I saw him doing all editing, and I was like, I'm feeling a little flirt out there.
You're like, oh, I'm a little sweaty.
That was really cool what you did there.
Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah,
But yeah, I get it. I just think I was just wondering like what your thing was. So
Yeah.
clearly it's Jason editing.
It's Jason editing. Yeah.
I just meant like tractors didn't do it for me.
Oh.
Neither do like cars. You know, I think it's also because like I have such a hard like difficulty like with traditional like machismo stuff
Mm-hmm.
because like alpha men and we just our crazies don't mix.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it doesn't do it for me. I think it's like, hey, that's wonderfully skilled.
Yeah.
But I almost get like I think I was very much raised a boy. Like I was supposed to be a boy. Like I don't find it attractive. I'm like anything
could
you
do it
can do,
better.
I can do
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like, well, this is dumb.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I was
like,
raised
need
a
to grow
boy,
up.
so whenever I think that, I just think of show tunes.
Touche, Jonah.
yeah.
But you know what I mean? There's this weird competitive spirit that doesn't need to be there.
Right.
Instead of just being like, ooh la la, aren't
yeah.
you a hunk?
Yeah.
It just doesn't happen for
But do you
me.
think it's that hunky kind of like manly thing, or do you think it's just seeing him finally be like in not a non like way where he's not taking where he, like you wouldn't take him serious? I feel like everything he's doing for the most part is just kind of like, I can't take you serious. You're just
He's
like kind of
very
silly.
smiley.
You're just
Yeah.
silly dope.
I guess so. I mean, although to be fair, he was driven around most of the time by Carlos.
True. Yeah.
So I don't know why
He's
we're
like,
giving
it's really
him all
hot.
this credit.
You bossing around that Mexican
Yeah, you're
man.
bossing around a guy, and he's driving you around, and you're plunking a seed into a machine that
Yeah.
plans for you.
Yeah.
This is just me and my poor farmer getting
Right.
mad at rich farmer.
Right. Yeah. With their
So
big
let's,
equipment.
let's take it down a notch. Let's take it down a
You're
notch.
like, I had to use a hoe.
The other thing she kept saying is like, ride me, baby. And I was like, oh, man.
She was saying that?
She kept saying, like, it was like a joke.
Yeah.
But there's something about puns, and it's not just Becca. I'm not trying to slag her off. But she said that another time, too, like, not skate me, baby, to Jason, but something like that when
Yeah.
they're playing hockey. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I don't know why it
Maybe she's just
skeeves me
not
out.
good at being like sexy.
Yeah, and I'm not. I mean, again, I wouldn't be like, I'd just be winking the whole time.
Yeah.
I'd be doing Fresh Prince stuff to the
Yeah,
camera as
yeah.
well. Like, huh?
Right.
Do we talk about that pre-podcast?
Pre-podcast.
Oh,
yeah.
shoot. Now nobody's going to know what I mean.
That's okay.
Pre-podcast YouTube. Watch that.
But I think we talked about this last week where I think it'd be hard for us not to cheat at the camera.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Be
Like I definitely would
you?
try to like say like a pun or something to Chris and then look at the camera and be like, oh.
Yeah. Puns, right?
Yeah.
Would you accept this rose?
Yeah.
It was like, all right,
Yeah.
knock it off.
Right.
They do both have bad tattoos on their arms. Did
They
you
do.
notice that?
Yeah, I noticed that.
I shouldn't say bad because I'm sure they're very meaningful to them.
Yeah.
But as an outside observer, they're not the best.
No, they're just kind of
Kind of a
randomly
dick
placed.
move, but
No,
because I don't have a tattoo, so what the hell do I know?
you know a lot.
see
You
some-
know not to put one on your body.
No. Everybody with tattoos is screaming at us now.
Yeah.
But they have it in odd places.
Mm-hmm.
No, because he has like some kind of green one on his wrist,
Yeah,
and then she has a couple.
I think that was
on her
just from
hand.
his gloves he was wearing.
Oh God, that was just tomato smooch.
What if that's just from his gold watch?
Oh my God.
And you're like, that's a thing? I thought that was in 80s movies.
Listen, I thought you were a rich farmer. You need to
Yeah.
get a more
Wasn't it
expensive
just in
bracelet.
Saved by the Bell? No, it's a real thing.
It's a thing.
Is that a thing?
What?
Fake gold gives you like
Yeah,
green? That is a
green.
thing.
It's for
What is
sure a
that?
thing. I scientifically don't know what's going on. I really don't,
So,
Jonah.
so how this? Just give me your romantic idea. Not
I mean,
romantic,
I don't
but
think it's poisoning you,
Yeah.
but I think it's some kind of, I don't know, some kind of tarnish, but I'm not quite sure
Right.
what's happening. Like, is it
Right.
oxidization? I have no idea.
See, scientifically, I don't really know what's happening there, but I think
In your brain?
yeah.
Oh, no.
Imaginative way. I think in a scientific way, I don't know, but like an imaginative way, I know is that that person stole that gold from a leprechaun.
Okay.
And what happens is they leave their leprechaun print whenever they wear it.
Gotcha. So you're going leprechaun
Now, I can't
theory.
prove this science-wise, but I can prove this in the new script I wrote.
Called Leprechaun Be Running from
Yeah,
Jewelry
golds.
Guy.
Yeah.
You guys, working title.
Yeah,
working
working
title.
title.
So let's go to the family. All right.
I think people are like, more like working podcasts. This is not going well.
Listen, if you've been listening, you know this is how it goes.
Listen,
right?
there's not a lot we can talk about.
Yeah, we're really stretching it, you guys.
Yeah.
Everybody's bored and we're stretching it.
Yeah.
Not a lot going on with Garrett's family. I think that's why he was first. One thing I noticed, too many pillows on that couch. And I know that's very hypocritical of me to say right now if you're watching YouTube, because there are a lot of pillows on that couch. But they were all like not able to sit.
Yeah.
Too many pillows.
I do like when you sit like on a couch that's too many pillows, where the couch like, you know, like when you're like cuddling with somebody on a couch or whatever, and like they take up so much space, you have like a half an inch,
Yeah.
so you're just kind of like perfectly.
Perched.
Like you're perfectly. This is exactly the balance I have. Anything happens, I'm falling. That's always funny when a couch does that with just its pillows.
This is, yeah. The pillows are
Where you're
pushing
like,
you.
okay, all right. I have one cheek on,
yeah, sorry,
one cheek
pillow.
off. Can I move these? You don't want dirt. You don't want dust on them on the ground. Okay, cool. Maybe you should dust more and get rid of some of these, or have a hutch.
Yeah, or ottoman. Put them in the ottoman.
Yeah.
I like them because it's covering our dirty couch because our couch needs to be washed. Don't look at it. So Garrett's family, 1, rich farmers. 2, lot of pillows.
Can I say one thing?
Of course.
Okay.
Is this about leprechauns or pillows?
No, I promise you it's not.
Okay.
Trust me on that. I know. Oof magoof. There's something that's happening in this show where they're choosing very loud, noisy things to have conversations.
Explain.
When they were on that heavy machinery, it was like, what the fuck are they talking about? I couldn't hear.
Oh, you mean when they're on the tractor?
It was so loud when they're on a tractor.
Yeah, that does seem like it'd be a sound nightmare.
And it's not fun listening to somebody have a conversation when the other person's just consistently going, what?
Huh?
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 You love me? What?
No, the combine. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
You're heartbroken from your last girlfriend? Yeah, like that.
Can't we just sit on
I'm
the
sorry
tractor?
that happened to you. I said I'm sorry that happened to you.
My neighbor's thinking we're breaking up or something.
I know.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He's acting.
What?
Oh.
No,
God.
I'm not hungry.
Oh, you're a dorcas. Should we talk about anything about his family you want to talk
I
about?
just want to talk about the tractor more.
You just want to yell into a
No,
microphone
it seemed like
more?
him his dad's like really. I liked watching him and his dad together.
Yeah, they seem very similar.
Yeah, they do.
energies
And
or
the brother.
Allison, the sister, she was the one that did a little bit of a squeal cry up top.
Yeah.
Of like, I don't want to cry. I said I wasn't going to cry. And
Oh, yeah.
they had that moment. And then, not a lot from the dad. Dad and Becca had some chats. And then Barbara and Becca had some chats. Mostly like, you come from a similar background. You know, she seemed like again, everybody always seems like they're going to be tough. And then they're not.
Yeah.
They're like, I've got some questions.
I
You're
know.
cool. Like
Hey,
instantly.
What do
fine.
you? Hey, so are you gonna break my son's heart? I'm gonna try not to. Cool.
Cool. Well,
Here's the
come
keys
on
to the
in.
Ferrari.
Yeah.
And that mom's name was Barbara, right?
Barbara, I believe. If
I wrote
read
down.
it-
Have you seen anybody that looked more like a Barbara before? That looked
She
like
was
a
the.
Barbara.
Oh no, you know what? I'm getting her and Blake confused.
Okay.
Blake's mom.
Yeah.
Who's the teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. The Barbara. It's a good
yeah.
Barbara.
Yeah.
Do you think she goes by Barbara or maybe it's like Barb?
Like
Babs.
Babs. I could see her
Babs.
being a Babs.
Babs.
Got a little bit of money. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
Babs type thing. I also, what I realized is when Garrett talks, it just seems and feels like it's like a little kid trying to tell you a story.
Yeah.
The whole
And
time.
then one time.
And then
Then.
I was over there and this thing was over here and I fell and I was like, oh man. And then it was
And
like.
then we went.
And that happened. And then we left over there. Listen to me. And then I went over here there and
Mom, Barbara, Babs.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Because he's always got the chin out.
Yeah, it's like-
he's like,
And
what?
then I went over here, over there, and then we got some fucking, we got some killer mac and cheese, and then we got ice cream at the end.
If he had long hair, he would be a great surfer dude,
Yeah.
wouldn't he?
Yeah.
He's like the Midwest version of like a surfer dude. Even though he's not from the Midwest, he is
Yeah.
from California. Never mind. He looks so Midwestern to me.
He does look so.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
And I think it's maybe because that optimism and people assume that everyone from the Midwest is like, okie dokie.
Yeah.
What are you? Gee whiz.
Yeah.
Golly willikers.
Yeah. Everything's great.
Everything's great, man. Everything's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. I
The
keep
world is so big. I think you feel that way because like you can see both sides of it, of the continent, because you're in the Midwest.
giving, sure.
So when you're on the coast, you're like, well, everything ends.
It's just
Because
the depth of the sea now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
now it's just the abyss of nothingness.
I feel bad making fun of Garrett.
That's a
just
good
little.
point I just came across.
Yeah, good job, Jonah. High fives. Sorry, I keep picking out my Band-Aid. It's really
don't do
gross,
that.
and I'm
Stop
doing
licking
it.
it.
I am not. But I feel like one of the things that I feel bad about making fun of Garrett, even though he is on a public a forum in which we were supposed to make fun of him, I don't like when people are like, everybody in the Midwest is so optimistic. They're such dum-dums. So I don't know why I'm making fun of him, because I hate when people think that I'm that way.
Yeah.
Even though I am kind of that way.
I like being around people like that are like that. But I feel like it could be tiring after a while.
Yeah, but I feel like that's the other thing. We're not seeing it because I think people think that you and I, because we have a kind of a manic energy on stage or out, people think that we're like that all the time. We, of course, are not. We,
Yeah.
of course, are not. Like,
Yeah.
we have to chill out,
Yeah.
which was probably not seeing him chill out.
I would say for me personally, like then the moments that I'm not and I'm just kind of normal,
Mm-hmm.
people always like, what's the matter? You upset? Something going on? You're like, no, I'm just kind of chill right now.
Yeah.
They're like, you seem like you're upset. I'm like, I'm just not
Yeah.
running around trying to make you happy the whole goddamn fucking time.
Yeah, let me chill. But no, I hear what you're
Yeah.
saying. Like, and that's why I feel like I have a very like private, personal, which I think we talk about a lot in the show. Is like I reboot by myself because I don't need people asking me
Yeah.
that all the time.
Yeah.
Or it's like my very like I have a lot of acquaintances, right? I have a very small amount of friends
Okay.
that I show like when I'm having a down day, or even just like I want to be silent. People assume that I'm always like la la la. Of
Yeah.
course not. You would die. Like you need
You would die.
you would die. You need to reboot.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like that's something that I do privately.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why people get confused. Nobody sees the reboot.
Yeah. I like that. A lot of acquaintances, but not a lot of friends. I don't like that, but
Oh yeah.
I would agree with that on me. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people agree with that.
I think so too. I do think though, like even like studies have shown most people don't have a enormous amount of friends.
Right.
Enormous. It is
Yeah.
a very small, like people that you would call if you were in jail, if you needed help.
Yeah.
It's not a huge list of people.
Yeah.
There's usually one or two, max usually 3 people.
Really?
Yeah, it's not a ton. Like
you
really like blood people, you
Do
know
you
what I
think
mean?
that's true even with Matt Damon?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, he's got the Affleck,
Yeah.
right?
I feel like Jason Sudeikis has a lot of friends.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a strange pull.
I'm just trying to think
Where'd
of people
you pull that from?
from my heart.
He's George Wendt's nephew. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know that.
I didn't know that till this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Yeah, George one's from the famous Cheers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wink.
Just in case people don't know. Yeah.
So let's go on. Can we move on to number 2, hometown?
Like if you didn't grow up in the 80s and early 90s, like this is
you
not the
don't know.
podcast for you.
Yeah, I know.
The
No
amount
kidding.
of references we
People
make.
are like, where are the Pokemon references?
Right.
We don't
and
get
they're like,
shit.
hey, we want more Bachelor references.
Maybe focus on the one thing. So Jason is in Buffalo, New York. World famous Anchor Bar is their first stop. He is a senior corporate banker, which really goes into your Wall Street thing. I just wanted to point that out to you, just in case you forgot since last week. He is a corporate banker.
I just feel like he went to a stylist and was just like, just give me the banker.
Yeah.
And they're like, cool, here's some oil, put that in your hair.
And also, it's your job now.
That's your job now.
Yeah. Senior. So a huge party. So here's the thing. The first thing you do when you get to hometown, you go into a room and it's full of people, I would feel real uncomfortable. They seem to be having a fun time.
Yeah.
But in real life situation, I'd be like, why is there a weird surprise party at this Buffalo Wild Wings?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Anyway.
wasn't a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah. The world famous Anchor Bar. They shit on ranch dressing, and you know how I feel about that, Jonah.
Yeah.
There was a chicken wing contest. The trivia question was ranch versus blue cheese.
It feels like
Why do we have to go to war over that?
Well, I feel like he definitely prepped her for that.
Yeah. She's from Minnesota.
Oh, you want to get close to it?
Let's get into it.
Wait.
That
sounded
Miller time.
Not good.
Jonah's having a nice beverage.
Yes, I am.
Eating contest. It looks like
How
she
would
was
you
going to
feel
puke
about that?
after those wings.
Yeah.
How do I feel about
I
an
don't know,
eating contest?
for being the original Buffalo wing place, those wings look like, that's a first run try at wings.
Oh, I didn't really get into the nitty gritty.
They might be good. To me, they just seemed kind of.
Were they too
soggy.
meaty? Oh, soggy.
Yeah.
How do you like your wings?
I prefer not breaded.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
What do you?
So what
how do you
about
like your
sauce?
wings? I like sauce. I like a good sauce.
Is it like a dry rub and then a sauce?
Dry rub, then a sauce.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, just a
gotcha.
light coat of sauce.
Okay.
Just a light coat.
Yeah, I don't like when they're too fatty.
Yes.
I like a good tear, almost like I'm not talking about beef jerky because I like it to be a bit moist.
Yeah.
But I don't mind that word moist. I think it's a great word, and I'm taking it back.
Yeah.
So you guys, if you hate it,
take it back.
I can't help you. I like it when it tears a little bit, but not too fatty. I feel like Domino's Pizza has probably the worst chicken wings ever because they're just like sticks of fat.
Yeah.
And it makes it like it's just
And like
grizzled.
rubbery.
So rubbery and gross.
Yeah. Real
Yeah.
gross.
But that's how I like my wings.
Cool.
I enjoy ranch and blue cheese.
Me
to
too.
Be fair. I like that little chunk.
I do.
Yeah, and there is something. It is such a great like. I haven't had wings in a long time, but the combination of flavors really hitting it.
Yeah.
You know, as far as like the sort of tart, tangy, pepperiness, and then also like the creamy, sweet dairyness.
Pretty
then
good.
a crunch of the celery. Shut
Yeah.
the fuck up. Get
Yeah.
out of here. That's a good treat.
What do you like? I like the way Becca was eating her wings. Or do you like the people that put it in their whole mouth and somehow they just do that
Yeah, they
trick
just pull
where
it
it comes
out.
out?
I know it's like a weird cartoon rabbit or something. They're like,
Yeah.
"Arroop,"
I feel like whenever that happens, that they always like do their first bite and then they kind of go to the side and spit out.
spit it all out. Well, I wonder efficiency wise, if it's a contest, if that's the way to do it.
Well, yeah, of course it is.
Because you just like, because sometimes you don't even have to chew it. You probably just like,
Have you been to a food eating contest?
you know, I've only seen Food Eaters.
Okay. What?
Yeah, so on Windy City Live and stuff, sometimes they'll have
Oh.
like guests that are
Yeah.
like slamming things down. Everybody's like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then when we were kids, we would always have fake eating contests.
Yeah.
You know, and like if you go to supper parties, there's a lot of like, ooh, truth or dare. And one time I swallowed 2 eggs, yacked them right back up. I just like
two raw eggs?
2 raw eggs. I went crack, slum is a dare.
That was your truth?
No, that was my dare.
Oh.
That wasn't like, truth, I love eggs.
I like your thing is truth. I will swallow 2 eggs right now. All you
That's
gotta
a
do is
straight up
ask
dare.
me.
Yeah. Anybody want to dare me?
Yeah, but I like the like, truth or dare. You're like, truth. Someone dare me to do.
She doesn't know how this game
Yeah,
works.
she doesn't. Yeah, this is not working out.
But yeah, have you seen an eating contest besides Stand By Me, of course?
Right. Well, the 4th just came by, right? But so last year, 4th, I went to a very nice patio bar here in Chicago, and people
Are
walking
you going
around.
to plug it?
I can't remember what the name is.
Oh, gotcha.
But if you're in Wauwatosa, go to Wauwatiki to go to the food there. We get 50% off. We just say the name. But I can
Jonah
also.
says the name a lot.
Yeah, Wauwatiki. It's a bad name.
Do you? I know you. There's a microphone. You can't whisper.
Yeah.
You have an amplified stick on your chin.
Hey, I know you can't hear this. Guys.
I can still hear.
Oh, okay. I think those guys are staring at us.
We're too high.
Yeah.
Unless they're ghosts. No
You know what we
one's
should do?
looking
We
at
should do this podcast in the middle of the street.
Yeah, because we're not distracted enough, Jonah.
Would that be crazy on video? Them being like, "Are they in the middle of the fucking street?"
They're like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Anyways, so
God damn it. Talk about your chicken wings.
yeah. I'm trying to think of it doesn't matter. Parking something. And so they were having a hot dog eating contest, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" So all these people, a hot dog eating contest.
Okay, got it.
So I was like, "Oh, cool! When do they sign up?" And they're like, "Oh no, we're asking if you want to sign up for the hot dog eating contest."
No
and I was like, "No, but I'll think about it." And then they had this impromptu hot dog eating contest with like 6 people that have never done it before.
Do they just need to get rid of the hot dogs?
Well, everybody was cheering for them, and all of a sudden they were like, "All right, go!" And then people started eating it, but they're eating it very slowly because they've not been in a contest before.
Yeah.
And the whole crowd got instantly
Pissed
uninterested.
off? Oh, yeah.
And then just started talking to themselves and stopped paying attention. So
That's
then there
just
was
dinner.
6 people trying to eat as many hot dogs as they can with not one person cheering them, looking at them, or anything.
At this point, are you
And they
in the
looked-
contest?
I was watching out of my corner of my eye because I didn't want to give them any attention because I wanted to see what was going to happen. And boy, I felt bad for them.
Yeah. Well, it's one thing to like eat a massive amount of food
Like if you
to
let's
an
say-
audience.
Let's say it was
You're
a
just
dare.
binging.
What if it was like a dare and you had to do that egg thing, but like not one person watched you do it?
Yeah, that's just
You'd
you
be like,
daring
this is
yourself.
the fucking point.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I better be able to do
Yeah.
this. No, you can't. Yes,
Yeah.
I can. Get those eggs.
So these
yeah.
people, you could just tell they were like, what's going on?
Why are we
And then
doing
they were
this?
like getting sick.
Yeah.
And like the people that thought, because they see it on TV, they dunk it in the water and shove it down. You could tell like they were like, oh God, this is the wrong.
Oh, no.
It was the funniest thing I've ever
I mean,
seen.
it just sounds like a bunch of sad people. It's like sad eating together, which just sounds like
Yeah.
a summer
Once
party.
I started realizing people stopped paying attention, it was the greatest thing
Oh
I've
man,
ever seen.
that's a sad time. What about hockey? So we go for the first date. They do
Yeah.
the eating contest, and then they say hockey. What did she say? I can't remember what she says. A baby word. Who cares?
She's like,
Lace me, baby.
oh, lace me, baby.
Lace me, baby. Hockey, chemistry. Why? There's a lot of
I
comparisons
don't catch
that
her
people
saying
make.
that. That seems kind of like, did you just say that to me? Lace me, baby.
Lace me, baby.
Did you,
I mean-
what did you just say?
Yeah.
I said lace me, baby.
Yeah. You're like, I just like you want to shame her because that's what I'm like. This is strange.
Do you want me to tie you up?
What does this mean? Well, I think they're supposed to be like double entendres.
Yeah, but then-
ride me, baby, lace me, baby.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Okay.
No, I get it.
You want me to break it down?
I just don't understand it.
You're just not into it. So there were some hockey comparisons going on. You know how they like to do that. Jason was like, playing hockey, you have to have chemistry, and that's like the chemistry of a relationship. You're like, you're stretching, buddy.
Yeah.
You're stretching.
Yeah.
And then
Listen.
they go on the Zamboni. Have you ever been on a Zamboni?
No, I always wanted to, but they're like on the top of it.
Yeah.
In front.
Yeah, they're on the very tippity top.
Yeah.
Of the Zamboni.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I thought at first he was like, I was born on skates. And I was like, somebody that was born on skates, you certainly can't skate well. But then I realized he's just not good at. It's so funny he's talking about chemistry because he could not skate with Becca worth anything.
Yeah, which is hard though
And
when
then you
someone's
see him
good.
afterwards and you're like, that guy's a whiz on skates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever I'm a terrible skater.
I'm very bad.
I'm so bad. And
Yeah.
then trying to hold hands with somebody who's good.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a toddler. Like they have those little pushy carts, like little plastic penguins.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll use that.
But really?
Yeah, I'll use that for sure.
I just think the juxtaposition of him saying I was born on skates and then you seeing him like with that was very fun.
You're like, gotcha, editing.
Yeah.
So that's a fun day out. How do you like that day?
I think it was a good date.
Yeah.
I've been on a skating date once.
Yeah, like Millennial Park, or is this when you
I was
were
like when I was like
Wisconsin?
21.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Were you in Wauwatosa?
I was in West Dallas.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which
I was
is
try- I
right
was
next to
trying get you some more
Wauwatosa.
money.
Yeah. Which in Wauwatosa downtown, you can go to Wauwatiki. There are actually foods amazing there.
We got it.
I'm being serious. And also get the Life of Water. It's a drink they make there. It's
Are you
fantastic.
sponsored by people that I don't even know you are?
Well, we're sponsored by Wauwatiki.
All right. So Jason's family.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question here because I think I wrote this down wrong. So we have Gail and Dale.
Uh-huh.
But then when they showed the picture of mom, they put Dale on there. So I got confused as to who is who. But maybe I just wrote my notes down wrong. Did
Yeah.
you ever write this down?
No,
Mom
I didn't
is
catch that.
and then we've got the brother-in-law Billy and the brother Steven, and I'm so glad that they show non-heterosexual relationship. They show two men who are married, and it's just like not making a huge thing. They're just
Right.
like, this is my brother and this is his brother-in-law, and that's that.
Yeah.
Like I loved that. I thought
Yeah.
it was done like awesomely.
Yeah, because when he was talking about them, because he was talking about what a great relationship they have, right?
Yeah,
Up
he's like-
front. He said his husband's name. It was a boy's name, and then
Yeah.
I was like, wait, are did I hear that right? Are they gay? And then I was like, well, they didn't talk about it. So in this show, they have to talk about it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just assumed it was a female.
Yeah, they have a soapbox moment or whatever.
Yeah, and they didn't.
They didn't.
And they just acted like it was normal, which it is.
Which it is,
and that's
yeah,
great. I
yeah.
thought that was a good. That was a good choice.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. And he's like, and I really respect the relationship. Like he was talking about it like it's a normal relationship because it fucking is.
Because he looks like he would not like gay people.
Because you got that Wall Street vibe.
He's got the Wall Street vibe.
Yeah.
80s Wall Street vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happens if he came back with new hair? Would you have like a whole new view on him?
I would.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing,
You
Jonah.
wouldn't? I think the haircut makes the man.
I work with a couple guys who have that haircut, and their personalities are so different. I think it's because I've had interactions with people with 80s hair.
Oh, yeah. So like
That I
if
know
you
they're
see a
more than a
girl with
haircut.
like big primped hair.
like Texas.
Yeah.
Almost like
like 80s.
yeah. I think they're trying
One,
to
you're
be
probably in rural Wisconsin.
yeah. We're just at the Kenosha State Fair.
Right,
That's
right.
what we're doing.
Do you have like a certain way you look at them instantly?
Yeah, I mean, I think because I grew up with some people like that, I
Yeah.
definitely have, because they were mean, like I have.
Yeah.
You as a human being, unfortunately, you do associate sometimes things that were like negative in your past to the present, right?
Right.
So if a guy with like Wall Street hair used to pick on you, you see another guy with Wall Street
Yeah.
hair, you're going to be like, "Ugh," you're going to your guard's up a little. That's how we survive.
I never got anybody picked on me with Wall Street hair.
No, that wasn't
Could you
the guy
see like
soon.
a 8th grader with that hair?
Yeah, that'd be amazing though.
With that hair and
They'd be
and
like,
a
you
Rolex
see this
on?
fucking gold watch?
With like suspenders on?
Just like with a calculator in his
Yeah.
pocket, like I rolled up newspaper.
Yeah, right. What's the Dow at?
I know. He's in the cafeteria,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
sell pudding,
Yeah.
sell.
You buy low, sell high. You know that. You know these things.
Who wants these cookies? Who wants these
Yeah,
cookies?
yeah.
He's just like
Yeah, right.
doing that little thing.
He's
Ow, it
got
hurts my
bottle
boobs.
surface with a milk carton.
I hate this kid.
Yeah, I hate him
This
so
made up
much.
kid we so they go to dinner, nobody eats, but that's pretty usual. They have
Yeah.
these like nice spreads and nobody ever eats the fake dinner. And then he has the story. He's like, he has the story of like, we went and we ate chicken and then I did this thing and that was great. And
Yeah.
then the mom's like, let's talk.
Yeah.
Your story's dumb.
Yeah.
Let's go. And he says he's in
just-
love with her.
Yeah.
And
He says it in a very nerdy way. He's kind of a nerd,
yeah.
just like his nerdy brother.
He thought his brother. I know it. People, Jonah, if anybody on the show wears glasses, you're like, what a nerd.
No, he's an artistic, nerdy type.
Are you
Which
getting
is what we
jealous?
are, yeah.
Are you getting jealous? What's
No,
going
but you know
on?
his daughter, his brother did say something that was, I think his brother said it, where he goes, well, there's not a lot of runway left.
Yeah.
I was like, I like that saying a lot. That was
Not
a
a
fun
runway.
Not
Did
a lot
you
of runway
picture
left.
of it like
well, you got to make a decision. You got to take off, or you got to stop
yeah?
it.
Because I instantly
Or
thought
crash and burn.
runway work.
Oh,
Come
come here.
And I was like,
Okay,
oh,
girl.
wait a second. He's talking about a plane. That makes a lot more
Did
sense.
you think that because he was gay?
No, I
That's
think
what?
runway. And maybe because I've been watching clips of Drag Race on
Oh, fine.
YouTube,
Okay.
I'm very much like, yes,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, sachet. But yes, it's a good phrase. Once I got it correct in my head,
Yeah.
it made a lot more sense with an airplane. It made a lot more
It really
sense.
did.
And
Well,
then
not
he
really. It's like either you got to turn around.
got a Zoolander it up.
Yeah.
And then he did say like, have you told any of this to her? Which communication, everybody's
Right.
always saying like, you can't just.
Yeah.
You can tell me that. I'm not the person that you need to tell. And then he did open up. He said, I led with my heart and not with my head. And I'm always like, terrible move.
Yeah.
Just because I'm somebody who leads very much with my head.
Do you?
I know, real shocker.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, huge mistake, buddy. Huge mistake. You got to
Yeah.
make logical decisions.
That's why we should be called Petals and Pricks with your head and your heart.
Oh.
Because
Get
I
your
lead with
head
my
out of your
heart. You live with your head. Sometimes it's okay to lead with your heart,
I lead with my butthole. How you like that?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, you
thought
definitely were not
maybe-
raised a polite woman.
I'm gonna read sphincters first.
Yeah.
Who's with me? Come
You're-
on, pillows.
You're like
with
the
me.
bro in this relationship. I'm like the debutante.
You just get a fan. You're like,
I feel a
oh,
little warm.
oh, I couldn't possibly.
Good heavens.
So do we want to move on to Blake from Colorado?
How did you like well, the last thing I want to ask you about Jason is how did you
Yes.
feel about how he told her that
I
he
didn't
loved her?
notice a
I feel like
nerdy
he had to
thing.
have like a speech.
Everybody always has a
He's just
speech
like
on the show.
every moment around you, you're my first thought, you're my last this.
He's very speechy though.
yeah.
That's always been his thing, I think. And most
What if
people.
he just started doing chasing Amy thing? You didn't realize it.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's
or
I
like
love
you
you.
s-
It's
I don't
very
know Chasing Amy.
seriously. Very.
Okay.
I memorized that. Again, if you didn't grow up in the 80s and 90s,
Yeah.
this podcast is not for
They've
you.
already stopped listening.
When I was in middle school, I memorized that speech because I thought that's how you sell somebody you love them.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That movie
Doesn't hold up.
does not hold up.
Oh, it's a very bad movie.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Isn't that a bummer when you're like, oh wow, this is great. This has really influenced how I feel about movies and pop culture.
Yeah.
And you go back and watch something and you're like, oh my God, this is.
It's one of those movies you watch as a middle
Oh.
school and you're like, this is what good movies are. And then you watch back and you're like, no, this is just targeted towards, it's just convincing me that, because it seems like independence and different and alt and boundary pushing.
Yeah.
And
Oh
it's just
gosh.
like
It's
bad
like
movie.
cringy.
Yeah.
It's like cringy.
Yeah.
Anyway. So I didn't
I
know
really
that.
wanted that movie to hold up too.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
bummer when they don't.
Yeah. Almost every
most
Kevin
people
Smith
don't.
movie does not hold up.
I got to tell you,
No.
I 100% agree with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
They're hard to watch.
Very hard to watch.
Very hard to watch.
Anywho.
So I didn't notice him being anything different than he always was. Did it bother you what he was saying, Jason's saying, before we move on to Blake?
No, it didn't bother me. I just was kind of like, oh, okay, you do better than that. I just feel like you could. I do like Jason, and I'm glad that he made it this far. But I think ultimately it's just kind of like, yeah, not gonna make it.
Not going to make it. Sad days. Jonah's like,
Yeah.
they can see us. Oh no! Oh God! Oh, you guys, things are happening. Sorry.
okay?
What's happening?
You okay?
That was weird. I answered my phone.
Oh, jeez.
That was very strange. Oh, sorry, guys. I got to take a call. Could
Yeah.
you hold on for a second?
That'd be funny. Like, hello? Yeah. What?
Sell, pudding.
Yeah, go.
Our imaginary stockholder from grade school's on the phone. Blake. So we go to Colorado where there's crazy snow with
Right.
Blake. And that was a hell of a lot of snow, my
Yeah.
friend. Holy cow. They take a tour of the high school, and he graduated only 6 years ago.
Yeah. Really? You're surprised at that?
I don't know why I'm surprised at that, but I
like Blake.
really am.
The overall feeling I got of Blake is that he's like the sensitive jock.
Sensitive jock. Yeah, they
Yeah.
did still a lot of jockey pictures. I like the idea that he's like, his mom was a teacher, so he's in school from the whole time. I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I get that. And, you know, again, he was introduced to a coach and a teacher.
Yeah.
And I love that the fact that like, they had a good relationship, which we talked about earlier. That
Yeah.
would not be your situation in high school.
No.
Who were you again?
I was on your golf team.
What?
I was.
Do you think he peaked in high school? I think he went there for the
he-
story.
Yeah.
later.
He seemed. Yeah.
I think that's why they were there.
I think so because I think he wanted to share that, but I do think that that's like his best memories are from high school.
Yeah,
because
that's
you could tell he was
terrifying
kind of
to
like
me.
I know, but that's what jocks. That's what happens to jocks
But don't you think?
because they were like king of the hill.
Yeah.
And
Peaking
then-
too early is so
yeah.
dangerous, in my opinion.
But he's aging well.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's not that old. He's only 6 years out of high
No,
school.
I'm saying like, but he's like kind of grown out of that like jockey, like thick look,
Yeah.
football player look.
I think it's good when you move out of your town in which you were a
Right,
hero. Or
yeah.
we don't even know if he's a hero. He was just sporty,
Right.
right? Yeah, I think it's good if you move.
Yeah.
Then you can have a better sense because I know some people that, you know, not just my high school, but like other high schools, they stay in that town.
Right.
They just can't grow.
Oh, they're still wearing their Letterman jacket.
Yeah.
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 You're like, come on.
Yeah, you can do something else.
Yeah.
So then there's the school shooting story.
Mm-hmm.
It did seem to come out of nowhere. Like, listen, I'm not ragging on the message. I'm not saying you shouldn't bring it to light. I'm not saying it didn't shape this person, right? All of those things, you definitely have to positive. I did not think it was going there. Did you? Talk about school shooting all of a sudden? You're like,
that was
what
like,
the?
yeah, I was like, what?
What?
Yeah.
Like, what a shift.
Yeah, I felt really bad. I mean, I'm glad that he shared that story.
Yeah, I am too, but and this is I don't know how to say this where I don't want to seem insensitive.
Okay.
But it felt so like pushed.
I didn't think it was that push. I think it was like because later on he talked about that's the thing that kind of affect. Oh, because
We were talking about him and his mom. 'Cause
Yeah.
they were in there. There was like
there's
Code
one that's
White.
divorce, right? And then he
Yeah.
was saying out of anything that's affected me the most, this is probably the thing that stuck with me and has affected me the most out of anything. Which of course it had to. Can you imagine being in that and then also like hearing your mom?
Of course, that's what
say
I'm
that?
saying. I don't want to be insensitive at all.
Yeah.
It just seems very topical. Okay, this is what I'm trying
Does
to
a
do,
little
Jonah.
bit.
I'm trying to think of like a producer.
Uh-huh.
And if somebody's trying to be like, hey, how are we going to get the maximum juice out of this story?
Right.
It seems a little skeevy. Now, I'm not blaming that on him or the situation. It just, it comes in that same thing I was talking about before where it's like, there's something about it. Did like your senses prickle up a little bit?
No, but
when it
they
started?
did because I was like, Kelsey's going to have a problem with this.
Maybe I'm your new prickle.
Yeah. Because
And it wasn't problematic. It's again, I don't want to seem insensitive. I just was a little, I don't know what it is. It feels, I guess I'm always debating with like sincerity and exploitation on this show.
I think
and like the line
you
between.
struggle with the idea that people can be open right away.
On a camera.
Well, I think just in general.
Yeah, I don't trust it.
Yeah, you don't.
I feel like they're trying to sell me something. And guess
Right.
what? The show is trying to sell you something.
Well, it
I'm not
is,
saying
but I
he,
think
I'm
they
not
do
saying
have.
Blake.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want them.
But I think I definitely think they were probably looking for people who have this story and encourage them to tell it. But it didn't seem exploitative. Can't talk today. Yeah.
Yeah. There was
I'm the dumbest person in the world.
you know, and we don't have to focus on it for too long because
But
I
how
do
dumb
think
I am, I think we have to. I think this is a problem. I'm in my 30s.
no, let's
I
move on.
should read a book.
We should really move on, Jonah, because you know words are fine, and you got words.
I just think they what? Kidding. I know. I
they
like.
were in a library.
See, well, here's the thing: is like
You know it.
I think if he was trying to be, yeah, I almost said it again. I think if they're trying to take advantage of it, I think he would have said it. That was one of the first thing he said. Hi, my name is Blake. I survived a school shooting. What's your favorite food?
Yeah, I'm not saying it was flippant at all.
No. Ooh.
It didn't seem like, oh, I'm going to tell you my tragic story because we've already seen those. Those
Right.
are the one-on-ones. Like
Yeah.
they always like, okay, here's my deepest, darkest
Right.
story. It just felt a little bit like that. And
Yeah.
I'm always a little uncomfortable with that. That's
Yeah.
all. Now, I am not trying to take away his experience. I am not trying to make light of that situation
Yeah.
at all. Yowzers, no way. We all know that's a real problem.
Yeah.
It's very strange in a game show. It's like that's
a
Chris trying to
reality
get his
show.
Emmy again.
Listen.
You know,
Chris,
that's what it feels like a
that
little.
dream has been long gone, Chris. You know that. He understands it.
But again, that's it. That's all. I don't think I have any more to say. It got me a little tingly.
I think they should just choose better songs to play in the background during the story.
Oh, you don't like the soundtrack?
They played another song, which I think they played last season when we talked about this.
Are you getting your song ready? That's what you
did.
were doing.
That's
I
what
thought
I
you were
was
just
doing.
ignoring me on the phone.
It's weird if you like 80s movies. The song is in it, and I don't get service well here sometimes.
So it might have a little drag.
But it's a Kenny Loggins song.
I just burped into a microphone. Oh man, that smells like Polish sausage. Gross. Into your new phone.
Yeah.
Is it playing with the boys?
No. You think that?
That would be a
Could you
horrible
imagine
song to
if they're like there was a guy came in.
See, this
and
is what
we
I don't want
lost
to be.
one friend in the background. I was like, playing with the boys.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah,
terrible. It would be
that's-
terrible. But that's the only Kenny Loggins song I know.
No, it was in the movie Over the Top, but I don't get service here.
Oh, I remember.
Yes, but anyways, that song played in the background.
They have that. Maybe
Man.
that's just their stock
That
song.
that really flopped on me.
That's all right. Oh, speaking of
Yeah.
flop, there goes my phone. We gotta
Oh,
go. Holy cow!
Speaking of flop, there goes my penis.
Why would I say that?
I don't know. You're talking about sausage.
Sausage burps. And then they go to a concert, which she likes
Oh
that
my
gal.
God, who is that gal and why does she know?
Betty who?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know, but I don't know. I feel so ignorant when it comes
But
to
like,
music
first off,
stuff.
how did he get her? How did he know? By
Well,
the
I'm sure
way,
they talked.
and then also Garrett's probably like, "Fuck you."
Blake.
Garrett was
Garrett.
probably like, "Fuck you,"
Oh, why?
because he's just like, all I had was a.
All I had was a
You could
tomato
let me
seed.
know I had a budget. Give me a budget.
But Blake is always spending money. He brought in oxes, and he's
Yeah.
always bringing in farm
Dude,
animals.
that's my question. Is that I don't know. We should figure out. Sleuths out there, prickheads.
Yeah,
Do they get a budget of some sort if
Well-
they have an idea, or is this on their own dime?
that's a good question. I think there's probably some kind of budget, but you know what? I have no evidence of this nature.
And then, okay, if Blake did it on his own dime, how did he afford the $300 to get that girl to come perform?
She's like, I'm not leaving my house for less than $300.
Right. Was she
Yeah.
just randomly in that town? Is she from that town?
Maybe, yeah.
Are they friends?
We should find some more information about Betty Who.
Is this like a Dare graduation type of a thing? Where people,
Oh,
message her to do the graduate? I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who even knows? But Becca loved it. She loved her.
Loved it.
She was fangirling out.
But
as
now
he said.
she's gonna expect things like that all the time.
Well,
know
that
that.
is the problem with this show.
Yeah.
There's no more
She
helicopter
was
rides after
so
this.
into that song.
I know. Same thing about all the concerts though. When anybody on
Nobody
that
has ever
show-
lip synced
that was a
in
lot
the
of lip sync.
world to any of the bands that they
Never.
chose.
'Cause
Even
nobody
when
knows.
Backstreet Boys was there.
Yeah. Or the oh my God, the 80s guy. Come on, Rick.
Oh, Isley?
Yeah. He's on the piano. Oh
Yeah.
my God, everybody's yelling at us right now.
Yeah.
It's-
Rick Isley.
No, there was a time Wayne Newton was in this
Yeah.
this
So
season.
wasn't that Rick Isley who does that song?
No, the guy with the piano.
Yes,
oh
that's
my
what
God.
that's what I'm talking about.
It's not Rick Isley.
Something
Everybody's
close to
screaming.
that.
You guys
Yeah.
know it was like in season.
These are
episode
times when I
4.
listen to podcasts, I'm like, how do you fucking not know that?
I know.
And I get so mad.
I know. And if we edited, we'd be able to edit this out, but we don't do that.
Yeah.
So
It'll be like, it was
forget
this. Run up.
No, Rick's not Springfield. Mark Richards. No, Richard Marks.
Richard
Thank
Marks. Oh,
God.
Richard Marks.
Richard Marks. was-
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody was lip singing to any of those.
No.
But she loved this.
She loved
Betty
it.
who?
Like
Blake's
every
family.
word, and he did not know.
No.
And he definitely was like not lippy syncing.
Not lippy
He wasn't
syncing.
lip syncing, but once you look back, he was like
Yeah.
doing like the fake.
Watermelon,
Yeah.
watermelon.
Yeah. That was my favorite.
So Blake's family, we've got Shelly is the mom. Dean, we go. Dean is the stepdad, I think. And then there's some other people,
Yeah.
but they edited everybody's name out and we didn't really get to hang out with them.
Oh.
So
Also, like, then he goes on stage and he sings and he dances
talking about
with
the
that girl.
concert still?
That's why I need to talk about it
all
because
right.
it's like
Jonah, I love it. I'm always like going
this is
on.
the last
you're
thing
like,
I'm gonna say about
one more
that
thing.
because it just frustrates me.
No, you're like Columbo. You're the Columbo
Yeah.
of this podcast.
Oh God,
One more thing.
Yeah. I think I'm in a weird reference mode. Well, one, because we had a reference heavy conversation before this, and before I left, El Rey was on the TV show channel.
Okay.
And Quantum Leap and A-Team all played before I left.
Oh my God, I used to love Quantum Leap so
Quantum Leap
hard.
is one of my favorite shows of all time.
used to
I think that
Quantum
also
Leap
makes
all the
me
time.
a good person because that show is all about
Empathy.
well, yeah, and then like making sure it works out for people.
Yeah, the ending, so sad.
That's sad.
So sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, but that's the thing. You empathize. Like you literally go into someone's skin
Yeah.
and see how it feels to be them.
Right.
And try to like solve mysteries.
Yeah, and figure out what's the thing to stop the bad thing from happening.
Yeah, how do you save their lives?
Yeah.
I loved that show.
Great show.
So anyway,
Great
what the fuck
show.
does this have to do with Betty Who?
Oh, this is not going to make any sense, but it's like, I get it. You know ballroom dancing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. You hate dancing.
I hate when
other people dance.
No, I just don't like when people like they have to do the ballroom dancing thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Because
get
you look like a jackass.
What if they did like salsa?
I feel like he's like, listen, my goal is to be on Celebrity Dancing, and I don't know how I'm going to get
What
on
is
that.
celebrity dancing?
Celebrity Ballroom, whatever. What is that called? What's the show called?
Dancing with the Stars.
Dancing with the Stars.
Okay.
Thank you.
I want to be on Celebrity Dancing.
I want to be on a celebrity dancing circuit.
Jonah's like, I love reality TV shows,
feel like they
except
should-
for dancing
I feel like you
shows.
should call it Celebrity Dancing. It seems more realistic.
Dancing with the Stars is celebrity dancing, right?
Right, but it just seems like it's whatever. Anywho,
Anywho.
I think that was his goal. I think his goal was I want to be on Dancing with the Stars or Celebrities. And I know I can win because I have this skill. Mm-hmm. So how do I become famous? And then all of a
Get
sudden,
on another shit
guess
show.
what happened then? Then Nick fucking Vile gets on,
Oh, yeah. Living his dreams.
and the little light bulb turns on.
Yeah. The
But
Blake
it's still the
bulb.
light bulb that has to push the thing down. Yeah. But
Well-
then he presses it too hard, and then it flies back up. He's like, "Oh shit, I can't
Oh,
turn that
God,
back
yeah.
off."
You know
Okay.
what you can do? Do a saute arabesque up there.
See, turn
Dance
to word.
moves.
Yeah.
Dance moves. All right, so
What if she goes, "I want you to win," and then he's like, "I just want to be on Dancing with the Stars."
that's their fantasy suite. It's like,
Yeah.
I got to tell you some truth.
Right.
I'm here for the tap shoes.
Yeah. I'm here to be a star.
Out the way!
Anywho,
I feel the light.
Yes.
I feel the light shining on my face.
We meet the family. Do you have anything? you wanna say?
Shelly, I like Shelly. She kept saying, "That's crazy."
Oh, yeah, that was pretty
The
funny.
mom, yeah. And I love the mom. She's got like that curly hair. She seems like a real rascal,
Yeah.
that mom, who I like.
crazy.
That's crazy.
She's like,
I'm
"That's-
in
that's
love.
crazy."
I
I'm sorry.
know. That's
Sorry,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not very
Yeah.
strong. It's like, I'm in love so fast. That is crazy. I was like, Shelly for the win.
How low do you think she'll go with that?
That's crazy.
For instance, just like, oh my God, I reached in the bag and instead of one peanut, there were actually two.
That's crazy.
That's not like low, but like what's like the least exciting
least,
thing?
Oh, gotcha. I thought
where
you
she's
meant,
like, that's crazy. Yeah.
Like, did you know the sun rose today? No.
Crazy. That's actually pretty crazy.
What?
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
That the world turns.
It is very nuts.
Yeah.
It's very nuts. I thought that when he was talking
I
to his
just found
stepdad-
out that almond joys have nuts.
Mounds don't.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Oh, I thought we were doing a
Yeah,
jingle.
no.
Oh, I was really on top of it.
Right.
Okay, there was a moment. Shelly seems very supportive, right?
Yeah.
She's doing the same thing. Like, I don't want you to hurt my kid. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Heartbreak. But you seem
Hotel.
fine. Here's
This
the keys
is
to my Ferrari.
Heartbreak Hotel.
And then he goes to the stepdad Dean, and he's doing some pretty good advice.
Yeah.
But the whole time Blake's like looking down. I'm like, he's just thinking that you're not my dad. You're not,
Yeah,
my
you're
dad.
not my dad.
Unless it was his dad. It was very unclear who he was talking to. Sometimes the Bachelor,
Well, his dad was
Bachelorette-
there with
Yeah.
the opposites, right?
Yeah, like they had their other spouses there, but then it was very
Weird.
unclear to
It's
me.
always that weird, awkward thing.
Yeah. Ugh. Yikes. Yeah.
I don't think I've really been in that situation that I can remember.
You've
Where it
never
was like
been
my
in a
mom,
room?
my stepdad, and then my dad and my stepmom.
They've never been in a room together.
No, but there definitely was my dad or my stepdad and my mom, and then my dad would visit, and I think. So then I never was around for like. I always wondered. I should ask my mom what that conversation went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did not go well with my dad.
Really?
Oh God, no.
Bet.
He like threatened my
Killed him.
mom's. Yeah. No, he didn't kill them, but he did came up to him in the post office and be like, if I had a gun, I would shoot you right now.
Jesus Christ.
Like he's not a subtle fella.
No.
Yeah, very threatening, very aggressive.
Yeah.
So being in a room, not great.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, somebody would be like, sir, you're in a federal.
Yeah. This is not a great place.
That is not the place to say that.
Yeah. If you're gonna do it,
Listen, order some stamps. Get out of here.
Get your stamps and go,
Get
sir.
your stamps, let's go. We have the new ones with Barack Obama on them.
Yeah. No, this is before the hope. Colton, anything else to say about Blake?
No, I have nothing to say.
He's very smoochy and very affectionate. Always has been.
She's the only one
Hasn't
that
changed.
Yeah, and she's the only one that was like, I love him.
I was we talked about this before because she said this before.
Yeah.
I am so surprised that she's like, I feel exactly the same way.
Yeah.
That's
It's funny
bananas
like
to me.
She acts the same with all
She does.
4 boys.
Yeah.
Right? So she acts the same, but she's only reciprocating to one, which is weird to me. Because trying to say like, oh, maybe she's just like not really feeling it, and we're reading her wrong. I don't think I'm reading her wrong. That she has the same body language. She basically says the same things, except for that. And she even in her interviews are saying like future stuff and all this stuff with every one of these guys.
Yeah, which most people
But
do.
she's only saying it, I love you back to him, because I think he's also the most
He's so open about it.
open about it, and he's also the one that has pulled it away from her a little bit.
Blake?
Yeah, because remember he was just like, "What's going on?" Like, we had the first date. I haven't really seen you. I feel like the last episode.
Yeah, but
where
they
he's
were
like,
pretty chill about it.
yeah, but he still like showed her his concerns that she's
Oh,
not.
I see.
Like he's the only one that was like, I kind of need to see it from you too.
I see.
Do you know what I mean? Which I think
see.
was a smart move,
I gotcha.
because nobody else is questioning. Nobody else really is questioning if she feels the same way.
Yeah.
And he's like, I love you so much, I care about you so much, but I just don't feel like maybe you don't have those same feelings
Yeah.
as strongly for me. And
'Cause he
she's
was
like, no, I
saying,
love you too. Or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
She never said it to him though. She said it to the camera.
Right.
Right.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought she said, I'm falling in love with you too.
Maybe.
A couple episodes ago.
I could be. I think I missed
she
it.
definitely doesn't say I love you too, which she definitely I thought she said I'm falling for you too or something.
So that's why you think Blake is winning this game.
Yeah.
Colton is next.
Colton's next.
We go to another Colorado place. Tia reminder. We get the Virgin reminder. Everybody's reminded of both of those things. They go to the marketplace to shop for the kids. I love the kids
Yeah,
stuff. It
kids
was
stuff
super
was
fun. It reminded me of Recess. I used to do an improv group where we would go to Children's Hospital and do improv.
Oh my God.
It's the most fulfilling. Like it's
Yeah.
hard to go back and do improv at a bar.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit.
Right.
Doing improv for those kids, it was amazing.
That
they
girl
were so
was
fun.
incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. And they're having
She
fun.
has
They're
like
doing
star written all over her.
Yeah, they're having like splatter paint. They're doing
Yeah.
basketball photos.
Like, that boy was so good at basketball.
Man, he was just like swoosh, swoosh,
Yeah,
swoosh.
even Becca was like, holy shit. Yeah.
like, dang.
Yeah.
I love too, like hospitals. They have such like tween center. You're like, all
Yeah.
right, hospital. You're like
Yeah.
forcing the fun, but I
Yeah.
get it. This is where the tweens are.
That kid hit so many basketballs. I thought Becca was gonna have the response where she goes, "Get the fuck out of here!" Like, how
Are
did
you
you?
for real?
Yeah. I wrote down like, how could you? After what a smart move. I know this is near and dear in his heart, but how could you not fall in love with somebody after seeing that?
Yeah.
He's
No.
so good with those kids too, and he's so genuine with those kids. And I would say that. How would you feel about this? Because like the school shooting thing, you thought maybe it was a little forced.
You know what I
How'd
think?
you feel about this move?
You know what I think it is for me just personally? Someone talking is great. Someone showing is better.
Right.
And I feel like with Colton, it wasn't it's hard not to compare since that's what they're doing, right? For the setup of the show. Everybody has their own unique experiences. But Colton was just also bringing joy to people's lives.
Yeah.
And he's like, I do this anyway. I do this every weekend or whatever. I have a foundation where it's not like I'm going to tell you a sad story. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But with Colton, it's like, this is a part of my life.
And he never really pushed it before.
Yeah, it just seemed, in the very beginning, he talked about it.
Right.
And I just, for me, like, I just like actions more than words.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I hate to compare them because they're almost like apples and oranges, but I liked it. I didn't feel like it was manipulative or whatever. I felt it was like, hey, this is the thing I do on the weekend. It's important to me.
Yeah.
Want to come?
Yeah.
And it happens to be helping children.
Right. And he's like, he didn't cheat to the camera at all. He didn't, and he hasn't really brought it up to her in like an
there's more
uncomfortable.
Tia stuff that comes up and virgin stuff than him helping children.
Man, I can't wait to get to talk about when he brought it up to Chris because holy shit, that was funny.
Oh my God, it's bananas.
Yeah.
And then
Met his family. Virgin, a lot of talk about virginity now that it's out. So they're on the park bench and they talk about it and how, like, you know, she's not sure because he doesn't have a lot of experience. Yeah.
And then there's 18 people, so a lot of people in that family, right?
Yeah.
So we've got Donna the mom, Scott the dad, and Harper the cousin. And Harper was the one that whispered, "Is she your girlfriend?"
Yeah, that's
I
cute.
think.
Yeah. And then he was like,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for this one TV show. Okay.
he's like, no, but I grabbed her tits.
Stop it. Don't tell anyone, Harper. It's naughty. And then the dad, like, Tia is addressing this stuff with her, and I'm like, are we gonna stop talking about this?
Yeah.
It is not a
About the
big
Tia
deal.
stuff?
Why
Yeah, I
would
don't
the
even
dad
know
even bring
why.
it up?
Yeah.
You know he smooched somebody. Do you care about that?
Yeah.
No.
Well-
why would you bring it up?
He was like, which also makes sense of why he's a football player. He's like, my dad's more like a coach than
Yeah.
a dad.
Yeah.
He's like, my mom's like my mom, but my dad's more like a, yeah. It was kind of like, yeah.
I was like, ooh, that's some truth. There's some
Yeah,
big tea
you could
going
see
on
that
there.
in him being like, why don't you go take a lap after that?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
Yeah.
we got to prove that love.
Yeah, why don't you do the
That's
dishes after
familiar.
this, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I feel like he has to say yes, sir.
Yeah.
Ugh, gross.
There's not a lot of military families. Just Lauren's, right, from Ari season.
Uh-huh.
I feel like the sir, yes ma'am, is like the South and military families.
Yeah, and football.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, football dads.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what do we got here? We got Scott and Becky.
You can tell he's
talking
kind
about-
of afraid of his dad.
Yeah, this seemed to be like my mom's somebody who would talk to. My dad's
Yeah.
is more of a coach-player relationship.
That's crazy. He was like talking to his mom, was just like, yeah, the virgin thing, whatever.
And the
then
mom didn't know.
Didn't know. Did you
She
see her
didn't know.
eyes?
She
Her eyes
went-
were like, huh?
Yeah.
Don't say anything about this. And then she was like, I didn't even know about
I
that.
know.
Yeah.
I know, like, as soon as she's like, I gotta talk to Becca about this.
yeah.
That's what I felt like. She
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, do you know? Girl, I had no idea.
yeah.
Like-
He's a football player.
No, like, this is
Professional
crazy.
football
She's
player.
like, that's just a thing we don't talk about. That's
Yeah.
not a son and mother conversation we
Yeah.
ever had. You
Yeah.
know? Oh God, it was so funny.
Yeah.
Surprise to the mom. That's
I love
what
that.
I put.
I love that face of like when he's like, I'm a virgin, and she's like, oh.
I know.
Yeah.
Just the slight eye open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
a little bit, and then like, okay, that's a big thing. Don't make it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
I mean, there's
My
a camera
son's
here.
virgin. What?
There's a camera here, which is kind of a shitty thing to do to your
Right.
like.
Don't act. Don't be open for once in your life, and because there's a camera
on
here.
camera. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Colton knows how to play this game, my friend.
Well, they take media classes.
I don't. I would agree with you. He says he loves you right on cue. Colton, man, this is why I knew Colton was going to leave because he's for sure going to be on another season of something.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
He's working it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think he needs some more media classes because he's not fooling me.
Okay. Out of these 4 boys,
I love the young boys.
it's usually top 5, right? Are usually the ones that become the Bachelor, somewhat generally speaking, right? Who do you think out of these 4?
Ooh, well, I think Colton would be on a Bachelor in
Who
Paradise.
just left last week?
Colton.
Last week, not this week, but last week. Colton left this week.
Uh-huh.
Who's the guy that left last week?
Wills.
Episode 7. Wills.
Yeah.
So out of Wills and those 4 altogether, including Wills, Who do you think would be the next Bachelor?
Ooh, okay. Colton, I see because he's a virgin. I see him more being
Yeah.
like on Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh, see, I see him more as the Bachelor.
Really?
Yeah.
Too boring to be on The Bachelor.
You think so?
Well,
yeah, he's not
I
really
think everybody's
outgoing.
boring.
I feel like Garrett's more of a Bachelor in Paradise guy.
Oh, because he's this fun guy.
Yeah.
I think Will's would be.
We
a
do
good
find
Bachelor.
out Jordan's on it. There's a commercial for it.
Jordan is
yeah,
on
Jordan's on it.
it. 100%.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. I'm terrible at this. I hope they go outside. If they do it at all,
I would
my
say-
goal is that they just stop.
I would say, if Blake doesn't get it, he for sure is a front runner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. If
Blake,
he
he's
doesn't
all about
get
looking
it,
for love.
Yeah.
Yep. You nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed it. It's
I
Blake.
don't think Garrett's serious enough to be on it.
And Blake has good sound bites.
Yeah. He's
He
good.
knows
He's
how to
good
talk to a
looking. He'd be
camera.
good looking with a rose in his hand
He's got a
for
good
the,
hand.
for the shoot.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
But
if we were
Colton
casting
looks
this-
like he'd be the Bachelor.
Yeah, but he's just.
He's
a
got that
little-
Bachelor look. He's got a great smile. He's losing his hair, but that's fine.
Yeah, I just don't think he's convincing enough. I would believe Blake.
Yeah.
And Blake hits all of his cues.
Yeah.
Sad story, mom stuff, another sad story.
Do you think maybe they'll bring back Peter?
Oh, I forgot about Peter.
Yeah.
Everybody loved to hate Peter.
Yeah.
He wanted to be the Bachelor. That was his whole
So
goal,
much.
remember?
That's all he wanted in his life.
What a goal.
He was so close.
What a
Just
goal.
let it slip out of his fingertips.
Man.
So it happens when your eyes are bigger than your stomach.
When your Bachelor heart is bigger than your
Yeah.
Bachelor brain.
Anything about Colton's family you want to finish up on?
No, there's just a lot of them.
Yeah.
I mean, they seemed fun. They seemed like rambunctious, I guess. I don't know. I really like Donna, the mom.
Yeah.
I mean, from what we saw of her, she seemed, I don't know. She just didn't seem as wooden. It's got to be a weird
Right.
thing to have people come in your house.
You think his
know.
dad hits her?
No.
Okay. Because he's like a football dad.
Yeah, but not all football dads are like that. Maybe he's more distant.
Yeah. He did have that one where he says, what do you say? Oh, just because you had to have a hard conversation with her doesn't mean that she can't have one with you.
It's
And I was
fair.
like, that's actually pretty good for
Fair.
Yeah. Because
You
he
smell
was like,
that burp that I just did?
no, but
It's pretty
I
gross.
taste it. I thought that was kind of a good thing. That's
Yeah.
good. That was a good reminder for him, being like, "Hey, you know, you don't have to be the only one who
Yeah.
has to have these hard conversations.
It's really a good point.
She should be able to do that for you too, because he's the only one that brought up the Ari thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, hey, you got engaged, now you're getting engaged. Are you just playing this game? That's why I want everybody to say, like,
Yeah,
are you playing a game? Because there's a camera here.
yeah,
Because this feels like a game to me.
right. And she's like, "No, I'm serious.
I'm serious, and you're like, all right, here's the keys to my Ferrari.
Yeah.
Quickly, here you go. So they go back in LA. Anything
Yeah.
else you want to
No,
say?
anything else?
Back in LA, she's using Better Than Sex mascara. That's what I use, Too Faced mascara.
Oh, really?
Plug.
Yeah.
So they talk to her girlfriends, and it's just so dumb, and everybody's like, oh, this is going to be the big fun moment.
Yeah.
Tia's coming back, and she really likes him. Who cares?
I was like, okay, Sienna. Then it was Tia, and then it was Becca, and then it was
Caroline?
yeah, who's the other one?
Kendall.
Kendall. So I was like, oh, cool. Becca, Kendall, awesome. Cien, awesome. Tia. Who the fuck is that? That was me the whole time. Who is this person?
Caroline. Yeah, Caroline got kicked out early on that
And that
season,
was- but
but
that
she made friends.
But that was also the girl who, on the Girls Tell All,
Yeah,
was
she
like,
was like,
I
I
know.
know. Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that girl is thirsty for some camera time.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
working for her, I
Yeah.
guess.
Make sure she sat in the middle.
Yep. Set up. I don't know about this, man. This talking. What do you feel? I mean, I feel like this is what everybody wants to be talking about. This Tia stuff. It just seems so forced and lame
Well, I
to
think-
me.
I
He's
think-
going home anyway. Who cares?
Yeah, but I think like, what a shitty thing to do to Tia. What a
Yeah,
piece of shit.
Is she doing it though?
For a week, yeah, that girl, she showed that side of her too towards Ari when she's all pissy with him and all that shit. When she also knew what was going on.
I think I have amnesia with the show. I don't.
Yeah, I
quite
would
remember.
too if I were you. Yeah, like the same thing. Like you had a weekend with him. Like
He had a smooch. Move on.
yeah, he smooched a little bit. Probably he saw his big pecs. Like it's fine. And then she probably was like, "Why have feelings for him?" And then he's like, "Let me steal you for a second." Like I just hear that name and I just get upset because I just have these feelings. It's just like
Yeah. So if this is real life, right?
if I was Blake, I'd be, or if I was Colton, I'd be pissed.
Oh, Colton.
Yeah, I'd be
If
like,
I
"Are you
was
fucking
Becca,
serious?"
Here's the thing. Let's put yourself in Tia's shoes, right? And let's pretend this is real. And
Tia
not,
does seem like the girl that I'm sorry to interrupt you, but she does seem like the girl that was like, you have a kiss with, you have a fun night with, and then the next day she's like, what's going on with this? What are we doing? Are you interested or are you not? You're like, listen, we just fucking started talking. You got to
Yeah.
slow down.
slow your roll. You're saying.
Yeah, like that type of person. Which happens with men and women both.
Yeah. No, for sure. It does. I feel like Blake would be like that. Somebody who goes fast.
I feel like Blake, after a couple of dates, would be like that, but not like, yeah,
Instantly.
it goes fast.
Goes fast, yeah. And I guess my question is, okay, let's say that this was for real. Like you didn't think you had feelings for somebody, and then somebody starts going out with somebody, you're like, oh my gosh, I'm really having feelings I didn't realize I did. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oops. Would you actually ever tell anyone?
No.
Me neither.
If I knew that they were getting pretty far.
I would never say anything.
Right.
I'd move on.
Yeah.
And that's why I think this is like
But
unbelievable.
I feel like the personality type matches that, though, to do that. Because people do that.
I agree with you. I just think...
I always laugh when I hear do every time.
Do. Yeah, time to move on. Like, you had a smooch. You had an opportunity to talk about it.
Right.
You said it was fine.
Yeah.
You gave the old friendship pass.
And you took it away.
That's that.
Selfish.
End of story.
Yeah.
It goes, what is the thing the Irish say? You die with your secrets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Secrets die with you.
And also, secrets are no fun.
Secrets hurt someone, but still shut your face.
Yeah. That's good.
And then what else happens? This is just some soap opera shit. That's the other thing I didn't like.
Yeah,
about
but then
it.
also Becca's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do that?
Yeah, I wish you would have told me. She did say that she was frustrated. I mean, it's not like and I like that she's like, I need a moment. I like that Becca's a person that's like, you guys, everybody needs to leave me alone for a second.
Right, like I need to process this.
I gotta, yeah. I like that.
I do like that she gets frustrated. She's like, just fucking leave it alone.
Yeah.
Just like leave it at what it is. Like
Yeah.
I love that when she's just like, when there's infighting with the guys, and she's just like, I don't want to fucking deal with this shit. She hates feeling like she has to babysit.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Right? It's lame. They're adults. So we go to the rose ceremony. Anything else with the ladies?
No, but I do like that with Becca, where she's just like, I'm just trying to find somebody, and I don't need all this drama behind it. I don't understand why there's drama on this television reality show.
I know. That's the thing that you're like, oh.
Yeah.
This wouldn't be drama if you were just like looking in the office for love.
Right.
But you got a camera on your face and you've got gowns.
Yeah.
So that's going to happen. So rose ceremony. Blake gets the first rose.
Yeah.
Then Jason gets the second rose.
Right?
Then Garrett gets the third one.
I was like, whoever gets the first rose is going to go pretty far. Right. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And then I for sure thought Garrett was going to get the second one.
I did too.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
And then I thought he was going to puke for a second. Colton.
Yeah.
It was a little like...
Yeah, he was like cold, trying to hold back those feelings.
Yeah.
But first off, so they walk in, say their highs to Chris.
Hey, Chris. Hey.
Hey, bye, what's going on? Hey, y'all. And then Colton comes in, and then
You want to talk about that Virgin's
the
fantasy
editing.
suite.
The editing of this was very funny. And then, so it's basically like, Chris is like, hey, how's it going? I need to talk to you about it because I'm a virgin and about these fantasy suites. And then Chris is like, you don't have to sleep with them. Like, it's like whatever you want to do. But you can tell he's like, you're a fucking virgin. Like, he was holding back. Like, when Colton walked away, like, Chris is still on screen. And you could see, you know that thing when somebody walks away from you and you, like, eye roll at him?
Yeah, and you go...
Yeah, you do that thing. Like, you could tell he's like...
You're like, oh, this fucking nerd.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Listen, and that's why I'm like, oh, he's for sure is a virgin. That's not a TV thing. The way he acts with these girls sometimes, and even like that conversation, I'm like, this guy is not
as
felt
experienced.
the touch of a woman before.
It's so funny too that like that's where you choose to get your like advice from.
Chris?
I'm really nervous. So on this public platform,
Yeah,
what do I
like, I'm worried
do with my wiener?
Yeah, he's like, why don't we figure out that you're going there first?
And also, hey buddy, if we need to have a birds and the bees talk, we'll do that later.
Yeah, he was like looked up to him for his bird and his bee. What if
like,
Chris
how
started?
does it work? You're like, oh no.
I have some questions. So, where do I put the condom on? Like,
you know, my favorite is, do you remember the 40-Year-Old Virgin? When they're playing, do you remember that movie, 40-Year-Old Virgin, and they're playing poker around things?
Yeah.
Like, Steve Carell's character was like, yeah, I felt a boob.
Yeah.
It's like feeling a sandbag.
Ooh, I love tits.
I
Yeah.
love tits.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like two bags of sand.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what?
Yeah.
You're like, what? That would be a thing that Cole would be like, so what's the vagina like? Chris
So
is
do
like,
I do? Do I touch the left one first or right one first? We're like,
so for all this locker room talk, are you not listening to the other stuff
yeah.
that's going on? Even though let's maybe
like
not use that as a
someone telling their
reference.
kid how to shower. Like they want you to be outside the door.
You have
okay,
to scrub
now
it.
put yeah. scrub it now. Okay, are you done? Yeah, poor Chris. Poor
Make sure there are
Chris.
no soaps. You got to rinse it off. Are you rinsing?
That was one of those moments where I was like, oh, poor Chris.
Poor demigod Chris.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, man.
Because you could tell he's like, oh, what? He's like, wait, are you asking me what you're supposed to be doing? He's like, so
we have 30 seconds, bro.
Right.
You gotta go.
do I need to bring oil, massage oil, or what?
I've heard about edible panties.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Should I get a lubricant?
Just brings coconut oil, a big Costco jug of coconut oil out.
That was Chris. Like Chris's eyes when he's trying to talk to him is. I could watch that for I don't know, at least 3 more times.
You're just like fast forward, repeat,
Yeah.
repeat,
Yeah,
repeat,
yeah.
repeat.
Oh
God.
You don't have to. I mean, you just work at your own pace, like whatever you want to do. What do you mean by pacing? So like, is it like
claps? Well, you know what? You just listen to some music.
Yeah,
Listen
yeah.
to some music.
Okay, so like, okay,
She likes Betty Who.
yeah. I thought next, like Chris would be like showing him how to dance.
No, that's
Or he's
Blake's
like, follow
job.
me, buddy. Follow me.
Gotta
Fuck
get
off on
yeah,
that. No.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Funny.
So
That's the thing. But when you watch Colton interact, can you be like, yeah, he's a virgin?
no,
for sure.
I can't tell that.
Really?
Stuff. I really can't.
So that girl that I dated that was a choreographer, she would like, she would teach like high school kids and college kids and stuff. And she would always come to me be like, oh, I think this person's finally like lost her virginity. And I was like, how could you tell? They're like, you could tell when they're dancing every time. Because they're just like,
there's something different in their body.
they're stopping from trying to be sexy, like what they think sexy is to actually being.
Yeah. Or just being a little more in their body.
Yeah, be
You know
more
what I
comfortable
mean?
with
Be more
themselves and just like
comfortable,
they're not trying to do what they watch on TV
Yeah.
anymore.
Well, I guess that's a really good point of like when you start mirroring because that's what you think you are and just
Right.
yeah.
You start being because you have
start
the
being.
experience of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I can tell when people are pregnant, but I can't tell when people are virgins.
Everybody. Yeah, you can tell when people are pregnant.
No. I mean, when they're not showing, Jonah. I'm not like, oh, that's a baby in there. Oh, I'm so smart.
Because they're
But I
like
can-
glowing. Because you can
I
pick
don't
up
know
on that.
why.
They just
yeah.
have a different type of aura to them.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
But
I can see that.
I can tell when people are pregnant.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Me too, because I put that baby in there.
Just shut up.
Sorry.
Yeah, maybe I'm a witch and maybe you're a pimp. Is that
I
what
don't
you're
know.
saying? Got weird. So they're going to Thailand. Are we ready for the next
yeah,
episode?
totally.
So Blake, Garrett, and Jason, going to Thailand. And then I put cry scene. I don't know what that means. What the hell does that mean?
That's because she cries at the end saying, I'm doing what Ari did to me.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
So-
another. Oh, you're right. There's like a potential like,
I wonder what's going to happen to that.
it's going to be dramatic, but probably not.
I wonder if she says goodbye to Garrett and then changes her mind about that. Because Jason's a dope. Well, Garrett's a dope. Garrett's dopey.
I thought, and I still think Garrett has got the win.
yeah.
And I might be wrong because
Yeah.
I'm never right about this, Jonah. You're way
I
better
could
at
see
this.
that. But do you want to
than
say anything about Colton's goodbye thing? Because she goes, your dad said like, or yeah, wait, your dad said, I want you to say goodbye.
Don't waste somebody's time, basically.
Yeah.
And
Which was really brave of her to say that.
yeah,
Because that could like also cause a rift between him and his dad.
but you know,
To
she'd be like, "Listen up, take a knee,
yeah. Take a knee here.
take a knee here,
yeah.
son."
Yeah, take a knee, son.
Yeah,
All right, now
I
go
mean,
shower it off.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the
Hit those showers.
Yeah, that'd be funny. She's like, but it was a good game though. Boom, right in his
Boom,
butt.
right in
And then
his
he
butt.
comes right away.
Oh God, Jonah took it to a place.
Um,
Yeah, I didn't feel it. He didn't do the thing that I hate, which is blaming other people.
yeah.
So I have no notes. If people are like not cruel when they leave because they like don't like rejection,
Yeah.
I thought he handled it just fine.
Yeah.
And I thought she did a great thing of letting somebody go. That's really hard to do.
Yeah.
I mean, in real life, in a TV show, you have to because cameras are rolling.
Yeah.
But-
I think it's good that she was just like, hey, like, listen, like, I care about you or whatever. And I just like, I don't think it's going to work out.
Yeah.
You know? And also
Yeah.
blame Tia.
Blame Tia, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing he did say was like, we spent a whole day with those kids and I didn't think, he seemed to be surprised. Everybody's
Yeah.
always surprised in that show.
Yeah.
Even though they know it's part of the thing. And that, I guess, is the power of the human brain and delusion.
Yeah.
You really think you're going to win.
It's that
even
suspension of disbelief,
Yep.
too.
Yeah. Which is what we're doing with our lives.
What are you talking about?
We're going to make it. Oh, pillows.
But I will say that watching the show, like, she does act the same with everybody.
Yeah.
So I could see that. I could see why he was like, I thought there's for sure.
Yeah, but he's also not seeing what we're seeing, which is interesting. You know, they only have their context.
Yeah.
They're very isolated. But she is a very samey with everyone.
Yes.
She's good at it. She's good at her job.
I think she's being sincere about it.
Well, even if that's the case, she's good.
The ability to compartmentalize all that has to be very hard.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how anybody does it.
It seems like she's living 4 different lives. You know, like it's like an alternate universe
Yeah.
where it's like, all right, in this world, I'm dating this person. And then she somehow can like not feel bad about smooching this person because he just got done smooching this person.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right. And we're also seeing it quickly. I think it has happened within a few days and
For
weeks.
sure.
At least the hometowns specifically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it takes a crazy thing. And we mentioned this before in Ari's season, how people aren't like, hey, we really like this process. Why I don't know why anybody doesn't become like a polygamist after this. You know? Like,
Right, yeah.
Because like if this is a thing they suddenly realize that they like,
Yeah.
that's crazy. Because you're
Yeah.
supposed to pick one at the end.
Right.
What if you don't like that?
Also, it's got to be intoxicating having so many people fight
Like
over you.
fight over you, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be very uncomfortable, but I think, of course, your ego is going to like it to some degree.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, but I'd be like, ugh. Because
Yeah.
like she kept saying, I feel like a terrible person. I feel like a terrible person. I have to let you go and I feel like a terrible person.
Right.
That's, I think, how I would feel the whole time.
But I also feel like that's probably why the female relationships tend to work out more, like as one is a bachelorette compared to one bachelor, because I think women or generally speaking, women have less of an ego. Yeah,
Trained differently, maybe. Yeah. I mean, because I definitely have ego.
Yeah, but
You
I
know?
think like, yeah. Well, I'm not saying everybody, but
Yeah.
it just seems because those guys are just like have all these girls. You know, to me, okay, I don't know the fuck.
No.
You know what I'm
no.
talking about?
Kind of. Yeah. I mean,
Because
like,
I feel like they can kind of drop away from that euphoria of having all these guys falling over them. Because I think it's also, I would say also it comes, it's an experience that happens more to women where you are dealing with more interested people in you than as a male. So when you're not used to having a lot of people fawning over you, right? Because guys typically have to be the aggressor, right? Aggressor is kind of a bad word for that. That I think when you finally see all these people, it's got to be like, oh, this is great. And it
Yeah.
kind of goes to your head, right?
Gotcha.
And you
So
want to
you-
keep feeling that.
I see what you're saying. It's almost like you don't get that attention and then the cameras roll and you have all these people attention. You don't want to let it go.
Don't let it go. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's like the danger of fame.
Yeah.
You know, you chase that dragon.
Yeah.
You chase that fame dragon, right?
You sound like an old pirate telling me about a story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the time when I met Chris Harrison. I asked him about vaginas and what to do. Is your name Colton? Yark!
Yes, it is.
Virgin Colton from Colorado. You just did a niece laugh.
Yeah, that was so funny. From Colorado.
From Colorado. Tell me. Okay, anyway, we could do pirate
Can you do that for
podcast.
30 more seconds? I dare you.
No, one, because look at my Band-Aid is fully off now.
No, do it as Colton.
It's so gross. Yark! Me Band-Aid be broken. Oh, it's gross.
Okay.
Ew. All right, well, I think that's it, you
That's
guys.
it.
We did it.
We did
so we
it.
have a couple more episodes to go, and then we're done.
Not for long.
Yeah. Well, Jonah, we got to
August
talk about
7th.
this off camera because I'm going to be on vacation. I'm going to miss a week.
Oh, that's fine.
So I'll call it in.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you'll phone it in for sure.
I mean, I'm phoning in it every week. Hey-o. All right, should we tell them bye or should I show them my cut?
Yeah, no, just say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Look at it. Look at it.
But I
You
just
like
can't
Fresh
not do
Prince.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Just like, Big Willie.
Big Willie style. What?
You did a little shoulder action.
What?
More of a classic jam.
I can do Fresh. You can't do Fresh Prince?
Oh, yeah. I think so.
How's it start off?
This is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. I'd like to take a moment to sit right there to tell you how I became a prince of a town called Bel Air. Do, 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 do. West Philadelphia,
Yeah,
born and raised. But every
Where I
like,
spent most of my days.
is chilling out, relaxing, maxing, cool, shooting
Some people off to some school. When a couple of guys who
were
were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood. So I got one little fight. My mom got scared. She said, "You're moving with your auntie and Uncle Bel Air." I pulled up to a house about 7 or 8. I yelled to the cabbie, home, smell you later.
Looked at my kingdom, I was finally there. Something at home. As
The Prince of Bel-Air. That's when he knocks his head on the door to open it.
Yeah, it goes clerk, clerk, clerk,
Yeah.
clerk. Ooh. Did you see that Chris Red version on SNL?
Yeah, that was great.
People were like all weirded out by that. It's too dark. It's too dark. I thought it was
That was
brilliant.
great. He's so happy he got nominated for an Emmy. Way to go, Chris.
Oh my God. I didn't know that. I'm so behind on everything.
Yeah, he got for that, I think We Want You Back Rock song.
Okay, gotcha. That's so fucking cool. Did
that
he
cool?
write that too?
His first, yeah, he wrote it. So that got nominated. So just that song got nominated for. Is it cool?
Awesome.
First year in SNL.
I know. I
You
mean,
get a
like,
review.
fucking crushing
Then you
it,
big
man.
time your friend Jonah Jurkens. You can
It's
keep
the
that on there.
story of my
You
life.
can keep that on there.